Go to Anthony Cormier right now. Anthony, good morning.
What's up, fellas?
Hi. Always good to see you. Okay, so what exactly did President Trump tell Michael Cohen, and this is important, when?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Say we've been trying to we're trying to do further reporting to understand exactly the way that Mr. Trump communicated this to Mr. Cohen. It's our understanding that there was a personal and direct conversation. But we're insanely curious, as you can imagine, to know, did this happen on the phone? Is it in an email? Did it happen in the White House or at the Trump Tower? It is our understanding that the special counsel's team has documentary evidence that backs up these claims. In fact, they had it before they interviewed Mr. Cohen, and then Mr. Cohen comes in subsequently and then affirms it to them.
Okay, now listen, you see a lot of Trump surrogates out there right now trying to spin this as a story that was fed to you directly by Michael Cohen, and they're saying he's a liar, he's out to save his own skin. What do you say to that?
It's fucking bullshit, man. Read the story. Michael Cohen's not a source. He wouldn't comment to me. Okay, if you want, I mean, you can impugn the sources, right? But just at least get them right. What we're talking about are two high-level law enforcement officials who are directly involved in the investigation of the Trump Tower Moscow plan. It's not Michael Cohen. Sure, I'd love to talk to Michael Cohen. Michael, if you're out there, you know my cell phone number, give me a call. But at the moment, these are people who are directly read in to the intimate details of the plan.
Right. I know this is a loaded topic for Cohen, but like, turn on your geotag. You know how to find us, Cohen. But for real, has he commented? Has he responded to the story? I know that BuzzFeed News gave Trump's team almost 5 hours notice to respond to the story. So have you heard from them?
We've not heard from the White House. Again, Sarah, if you're out there, we'd love to hear from you. Anyone who, we obviously take a lot of time to give people the appropriate, amount of context. We've not heard from the White House. We've not heard on the record from the Trump Organization, although we gave them an opportunity yesterday to give us an on-the-record statement. And I have talked to Michael Cohen, but he declined to comment. It was a 12-second conversation. His spokesperson last night rather cryptically told other reporters that they, out of deference to the special counsel's inquiry, they are declining to comment at the moment. And that's sort of interesting to us because in the past, when Mr. Cohen has refuted a story, and I'll just use the idea that he went to Prague, the story that sort of percolated for a long time, he was on Twitter in a matter of moments trying to knock that thing down, saying it absolutely didn't happen. He went on the record. His spokesperson went on the record. In this case, they're not confirming or denying this, but they are saying, out of deference to the special counsel, we're not going to comment.
That is very important. Not denying, just declining to comment. Well, here's another detail in this story. Sources also say Trump, along with his children Ivanka and Donald Jr., received regular detailed updates about the project from Cohen, even as Trump told the public he had no business deals with Russia. Anthony, what are the possible implications of this for Ivanka and Don Jr.? Poor Tiffany.
Well, I want to be really clear that, Jason and I are in the game of speculation, and we're not accusing Ivanka or Donald Trump Jr. of any kind of wrongdoing. All we are saying is that their involvement in this project was much deeper, much more involved than they had previously said publicly. So, our sources are saying that Donald Trump Jr.'s characterization that he was only peripherally involved in this isn't exactly the full extent of it. I want to be really careful about what we say that they've done, but it is our understanding from these sources that both Ivanka and Donald Trump Jr. They had granular, meetings. They were told this is happening, this is where we are. It's a hard sell to claim that they didn't know what the heck was going on here.
And let's talk about impact. Just this morning, the House Intelligence Committee chairman announced that the House is going to be investigating your report, the reporting you did with Jason Leopold, this scoop. So what is your thoughts? Is this something you expected?
Well, the guy lied to Congress, and sources are telling us that they have evidence that there was a conspiracy to get him to lie to Congress. And I can imagine that lawmakers are none too pleased that they've been lied to and that the president directed this lying. So we're not surprised that particularly House Democrats, who seem to be newly invigorated, are hot on this. And I'm curious to know what happens when he shows up. Michael Cohen is due to testify before Congress on February 7th. I mean, it's the freaking Super Bowl of congressional testimony. I mean, there's going to be 140 million people watching that. I'm not certain that he'll be able to talk about his conversations with the special counsel, but I'm certain he will get asked about it.
A big day for C-SPAN. Let me ask you this. Is this the first known example of Trump explicitly telling someone to lie directly about his dealings with Russia?
It's the first time, to my knowledge, that he has ordered a subordinate to lie about a case that's already been considered criminal, right? I think you can look at some of the New York Times' amazing early reporting on the Trump Tower meeting in June, where it appears, according to their reporting and subsequent sort of matching by other news organizations, that the president, while on Air Force One, was directing his employees or White House staff to craft a statement that was patently false. But in this case, it's the first time that the president himself has ordered someone to lie to Congress about a matter that is already sort of criminal, right? That Mike has been charged and pleaded guilty to this. Our reporting is now saying that this effort to lie, to mislead Congress, was at the behest directly of the president.
Right. And before we let you go, we were wondering earlier this morning if Trump was going to, of course, tweet about this explicitly. He has. In the last 6 minutes, he tweeted, Kevin Corke, I'm assuming on Fox News, said, "Don't forget, Michael Cohen has already been convicted of perjury and fraud. And as recently as this week, the Wall Street Journal has suggested that he may have stolen tens of thousands of dollars, end quote, lying to reduce his jail time. Watch his father-in-law." So that is the president's reaction. What would you say to that?
Did he go after the father-in-law again?
Yes.
Oh, Lord, man.
I like that he was leaning into the screen like you're going to show it to him.
I mean, that is conduct unbecoming of the president of the United States. It's not the first time. I'm floored, to be honest with you, that he continues to go after Mr. Cohen's family. These are tactics that you don't expect to see from the highest office in the land.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
Well, Anthony Cormier, as a first-rate investigative reporter,